This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Poppa, proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 65 of the How Is He podcast. Joined as always by my co-host Paul Poppa in the fantastic facility that is Ampifi Studio, right in the heart of Carlow Town. This week we are joined by another legend. This man has done it all in Carlow soccer. He played for St. Joseph's in Carlow before joining St. Joseph's and Sallynoggin. From there he played with South East FC and FC Carlow before moving to Newark. Along the way he's picked up 5 Carlow Premier Leagues, 6 Carlow Cups, 4 Shields, 6 Premier Cups, an Oscar Traynor title, and on a personal level he's picked up 4 individual awards: Premier Player, Overall Player, and a Carlow Sports Star Award. You must have won the Premier Player twice, did you?
No, I don't know what way it works.
We'll stick in the row anyway. We're going to give you the Hosey Podcast Player of the Year, right?
I'll take it, yeah.
We'll get you the 4th. You heard him there, absolute gentleman as well, and a legend, in my opinion, and one of the best centre-halves to ever play in this league, Mr. David O'Shea. Dotsy, how are you?
Oh, good, lads. Thanks very much for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Legend, Poppa, is that fair to say?
A gentleman on and off the field, but he's like a Rolls Royce. He gets better with age, that man does. He's brilliant.
How's the body, Dotsy? He told me outside 38 games this year.
Yeah. Sweeney, or one of the lads, sent in the stats there to the WhatsApp, and I was saying I was surprised. I thought it was after missing a lot more games than I did. Whatever way I'd worked with free weekends and stuff like that. I think I only missed 3 games or something like that. So I think I played in around 36, 37 games.
That including Oscars?
I never even thought that.
No,
saying that, no, I didn't play the first Oscar game down in
Ralph played
Wexford.
centre-half.
But
we played Kilkenny in the first one, was it?
Yeah.
You didn't play, and then you come in centre-half for the second one, Ralph went right back.
Yeah.
That's what it
played
was,
Kilkenny
yeah.
twice,
Yeah.
and we played the Defence Forces. Did we play another game? No, that was it. Yeah,
That was it.
strange, isn't it?
Twice,
Just,
yeah.
Anyway, Oscar Traynors. That's there's enough talking about it. Yeah.
So 40 odd games anyway?
Yeah, in around there. Yeah. So delighted for the break now. To be honest, kind of struggled through the last few games, but pity looking back on it. Just kind of the magnitude of the games and that, like the Leinster final and that, like it wasn't right. Like, you know.
Talk to me about that day. Talk to me about Leinster final.
The day itself. Well, sure, I suppose the lead up to it, like, savage. So brilliant to get to the final. Like, I think just the relief of getting over the semi-final kind of hurdle and stuff like that. And yeah, like the buzz around the place was deadly. I really, really thought it was our year. You know, I just thought if we got to the final, we'd win it. And I was saying before the semi-final draw was made that we'll be playing Evergreen in the final. I just had a feeling.
I had a feeling, yeah.
You know,
and
I But great buzz around it and stuff like that. And like, I didn't think there was any injuries or any niggles or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, the lead up, the week to it and stuff like that, you know, there's a few lads that are struggling and aren't training and stuff like that. And then, not that it kind of impacted the preparation or the mood or anything like that. It didn't. Everyone was mad to go, you know, excited and stuff like that. But I just feel on the day, a couple of people were off.
Dean didn't play the 2 games beforehand. Was he rested or was he injured?
He was carrying a knock, yeah.
He
was struggling, yeah. Like, only for the game it was, you know, he would have been rested for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. He was struggling with the
You
grind.
need him at the pump, don't you?
Oh, Jesus, like, you know, no matter what, like, a Leinster final, like, big game player, like, there's not many that can do, but he'd win you a game in the blink of an eye.
Oh, he would, yeah.
You know, he could take control. Like, if you look back to the North End game, like, he was an animal that day. You know, that was a savage performance, one of my favourite games this year, but just unreal watching him, like, when he gets in the zone. Like,
when he's on it, yeah.
There's no comparison. Here in Carlow anyway, obviously there'll be a few players scattered around the country in that are at his level, loads, obviously, but just an animal.
Not in junior football level, though. Like,
Well, it's fair to say.
Though,
He's fair to say. He's cream of the crop. Like, he's unreal, brilliant to have around. Like, you know, you'd be in awe of him like a trainer. Like, you know, you'd be getting thick.
Everyone knows who he is, though.
Yeah.
In Carlow and Kilkenny, outside further afield, everyone knows who he is.
The whole country knows who he is.
And everyone knows who Newark are. And I think that is your biggest success.
Yeah, but sure, like, it took time to get there. Like, and
absolutely,
it took stuff like that, you know. But
doesn't happen overnight, bud.
No,
you're up there now, Dotsy, with the first draw comes out, and you're the Pikes, the Sheriffs, Nows and Newarks, the
Freeborns, Evergreens,
all these boys. You're up with them now,
Yeah, like,
you know, and that's a mark of respect, really.
Top table, like, but like, you know, hopefully we'll be there for.
Do you think there's a bigger game in them?
Yeah. Like, I like that game hurt me, that Leinster final. Like, I spoke to Skinner and Fester now whether they remember it or not, like, because it was briefly before the game, but like
Skinner's on Twitter, was he? When you were talking to him, or did he put down his phone?
We'll probably get to that at some stage anyway. Like Skinner. But like on the lead up to it, like I last year with the 3 suspensions, like myself, Skinner and Fester, like with the suspensions now.
Yeah.
I just felt we really owed the boys something, you know.
Yeah.
We kind of left them in the lurk last year, like, you know, and not, look, mistakes happen, like, you know, that kind of way, but just really felt like we owed them it, and I don't know if we just didn't do it on the day, like, you know, not just the 3 of us, I think the team as a whole, like, we played well. I thought we fought like dogs. Evergreen were so well set up and stuff, but we were a couple of % off, I think.
In regard
subconsciously, I think in lads' heads, I don't want to lose this game. But
Rather
I didn't
than go
see
and win
anyone, willing to take that chance to go win the game.
I actually...
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It does more than make sense, Dotsy, because that's
Yeah.
my assessment of it as well.
Yeah.
I felt lads were concentrating on their own area and zone to protect that rather than stand out and do something different.
Yeah.
That's
we
the
said it
agree
in the
totally,
episode
yeah.
where we said, let's sum up New Walk as a group. They're better than a 6 out of 10, but on the day they were 6 or 7 out of 10, where New Walk were an
That's
8,
fair, that's a
or
fair
Evergreen
assessment,
were an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
and another day, you turn
look,
over
sir.
Evergreen in a heartbeat.
But
you
the
know,
fucked
or
up
vice
thing is,
versa.
though, lads, no one, like, none of the guys that started that game or the subs that were going to come on go into playing the game that mindset. It's just a natural thing because of the occasions.
No.
Yeah,
You know,
big occasion like that, yeah.
it's just a natural thing, like.
Like, there's a huge difference between the Leinster semi-finals and the finals, like, as in, like, the occasion. You mightn't think it, but there is. You know, now maybe because we're after falling short a couple of years with the semi-finals and stuff like that, there was added pressure. I didn't really feel it until the game started.
Yeah.
You know, and like, speaking from my own experience, like, you know, and like, the way I like to play the game is I don't want to be thinking during the game. Like, I feel I play best when I don't have thoughts in my head.
Just free as a
It
bird.
just kind of happens.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. But I found, I don't know, it's a strange one to explain. Like, I try not to think too much about it. And
So you saying in relation to your positioning,
I think Podge, I'm
Do you-
long
do you-
enough now that
Yeah.
it comes
it's
naturally
natural.
to me. Yeah.
What about distance? Like, what about your distances? Look, we know how important that's for a defender. Like, are you counting distances, or is it just muscle memory? I just know where I'm going.
I don't know. I find as I kind of got older and stuff like that, I feel like I just got so much better at reading the game.
Yeah.
And kind of sensing where the danger is going to be, and kind of, you know, without overthinking into my head, like, you know, this lad is going here, he's making runs inside and stuff like that. I just felt like I was able to pick it up more. But then in the game, I was thinking to myself, geez, I'm thinking too much here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get
you know,
you, yeah.
I don't feel loose here. I don't feel, you know, and I felt like sometimes that, like, I wouldn't be one for, I know I talk on the pitch, but I don't say much in the dressing room. I don't,
It's not
you
your
know,
thing.
that's not kind of my thing, like, you know. And I felt maybe when I was a captain, when I was first made captain, I might have thought, you know, I need to talk here, or I need to say this, that, and the other. But that's bullshit, like, you don't.
It is.
I find the lads feed off me just by the way I play.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't have to say much. And I found...
Dean would be like that, wouldn't he?
he would, yeah.
Dean
yeah.
wouldn't say it.
No, he wouldn't. Like,
The
he
first time I
wouldn't.
was in the dressing room with Dean, I was like, Jesse doesn't say that.
Yeah.
I was waiting, like, not cocky, but come in like, man, oh boy, let's get going.
Yeah, no, he'd
But he's
say a
just
few words, like,
his
but,
feet
yeah.
does the talking.
That's it, yeah.
That's what it is.
Just his work rate and his commitment on the pitch, like, sure, it's brilliant. Like, it drags lads on, like, you know, that kind of way. But I just felt that was kind of lacking for me that day. A bit disappointed with how it played out. But, you know, it's one of these things. You know, there's definitely a Leinster in that team, whether I'm still involved or not. You know, we've a young squad and stuff, but, like, they're...
There's plenty in you, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, please God, anyway, the rest will do me good.
I've seen you at the
hopefully over
Oscars,
summer,
and especially that game in Kilkenny, do you know what I mean? And if there was any asterisk or question mark around, I was saying there's a lot left in this lad.
There is.
yeah, please God, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Rest up, swing the golf club a bit there, loosen the hips up a
Oh.
bit.
What's the plan for the summer now? Are you into this pre-season? Are you into, or is it just kids, wife, let's fucking chill out here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a bit of a hectic year, like, you know.
Yeah.
The young lad is only after turning on mental year in school for some reason. I'd say it's just because I have the young lad at home and I'm going from the school and then I'm going home to
The school.
yeah, I'm going home to school as well. Yeah, sometimes I'd rather have the 25 than one, like, you know. The kind of way it's different, like. But yeah, no, I'm going to take the break, play a bit of golf, enjoy the rest, and
Not too bad at the golf either, Podge.
Yeah, I don't know about that now. No, I'm after being at the physio there now, and I have another appointment now in another week, so I'm just going to try to get a bit of a program there to kind of follow there, not strength or not trying to get any bigger or faster or leaner or anything like that. It's just kind of injury prevention kind of
Brilliant
stuff, just to
makes sense.
just to stretch it out. I'd love to play for another couple of seasons if I could. But
Just 3 or 4 seasons in at that level anyway, I think.
yeah, the being at the body is probably saying there's not, but
If you, as I said,
Yeah,
if
when
you manage,
if I can
when
get
you're
the-
doing
yeah,
that
if I can
yourself, though,
manage the load,
that's a personal.
yeah.
Like to go off and do that physio
I don't know
yourself.
what I'm going to do when it stops, like, you know, the kind of way. You know, I was kind of saying to myself, if
you in
we had
coaching?
got
No?
Leinster,
try podcasting, bud.
could have
Yeah.
thought about walking away, you know, into the sunset with the Leinster. But saying that, I'd say even if you had won it, I wouldn't have walked. You know, the kind of way.
I guarantee you'd find yourself going to it every week. if you weren't playing.
Yeah. You know, but then you see lads like that, like the likes of Davy Walker and stuff like that. I know I'd be busy with the kids and stuff like that, but like he was soccer man,
Yeah.
and he'd be only at the odd game.
Yeah.
I'd say he finds it hard to go and watch
Yeah.
it.
No, he
You
knows
know.
the results. Knows
Oh,
what's going
geez,
on,
don't get
but
me
he
wrong.
wouldn't- he wouldn't be at it, yeah.
Anytime I
Yeah.
meet Davy, he's talking about and he's this
Yeah.
any injuries.
Deadly
anyone.
too, wasn't he?
He's deadly.
Yeah.
But
Thiago Silva, you call him.
Very good soccer player.
unreal.
Oh, man.
Unreal.
Jeez, you forget you're that vintage as well.
Yeah. Jeez, I played with like
Shammy.
Sammy. Jeez, even going like Brian O'Dale, like
Brian
they would have
yeah.
been in their prime, like when I was starting. Like,
Ken
you know,
Lacey.
like, they were unreal. Ken Lacey, Willard,
Yeah.
Seamus Farrell,
Yeah.
Carpenter,
Quiggs.
Quiggs, like Murphy when he was younger. Like Jesus, like the list goes on.
You actually forget you're that vintage.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I can't. I'm saying the outside there as well. We were talking about whatever season it was. I'm brutal with years and stuff like that, and what year that game was and stuff like that. I actually don't know what year it was that I'd start with the walk. I think it was the year after they won their first league. So
The
would
first
that be-
double.
was that 2009?
This comes up the whole time. I think it was
James
a
Brady
clear-
had the stats on this to me.
Really,
I think it was-
If you're
I-
listening,
Yeah, so James was on James centre half on it, right? But you didn't play against. You did not play against Pats and Leinster and Pats, did you? That was the year after Noak won the double.
and who was over
What
Pats
game,
at
Podge?
that time?
I was over them. We were in Kilkenny. The year Noak won the double, we drew them the year after.
And Patrick
And were
Kilkenny.
Pats still in
Pats
Kilkenny?
were in Kilkenny.
And where was that game played, Podge?
They met us.
Jeez.
Craig Douglas played Lord of Mercy and he was absolutely outstanding. Mark
He was a
Timmins.
good player, yeah.
Craig,
Jeez,
yeah.
brilliant player. Did he play with Oak for a little while? Or was it-
35s.
35s, yeah. He was a dinger.
Oh, great player, Craig, yeah.
Very close to Shannon.
Anyway, whether it was if it was the year after, maybe I couldn't tell you. I'm useless,
Yeah.
but it was definitely the following year, if not the year
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's a long time ago now, though.
Long time ago, yeah. Looking back,
But you would have went. I was going to ask you a question. How'd you end up there? But I think it was a connection with FC Carlow. Was it? A few of you went in. Did you?
No, I tell you what, no, because I think at the time I was saying Pat Purcell's patience had kind of wore thin with me with FC Carlow. I think they were moving from. It was getting far more professional and stuff, and I was only a young lad.
They were
I was
going to the
enjoying
A. They were going to
myself
the A
and-
division.
That's it,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I was with Pat the whole way up through academies, and then there was the South East Academy and the South East kind of team rather than the
Yeah.
academy, and then it was FC Carlow. So I was with FC Carlow. I think the year before they went to the
A division.
A division, and flying it now. Even though I was fucking around and I was drinking and I was out doing whatever.
Yeah.
But playing well, like. And I think that's why Pat did his best to try to hang on to me
Yeah.
for as long as he could. But the patience just wore thin. I was I down in college in Waterford at the time? Yeah, I was. But still playing good soccer, like, but just loved the social life, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you
Just
play a bit of college soccer?
I tell you, a funny one is, like, I was a disaster, like, as in, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do, so I asked one of my teachers in secondary school what I do when I finished, like, after leaving. So.
What's next?
And and Pat Kelly was my technology teacher. He said, "Yeah, you're fairly handy at the technology or the engineering or whatever. Would you do quantity surveying or something like that?" I said, "Grant." So I put it down, got the points, went to Waterford, and then I was in Waterford, and I was still with FC Carlow at this time, and I started playing with the college team, the second team. And I recognised a few faces there from Wexford, the lads I know, and
Yeah.
Sinnets and stuff like that. And they said, "Did you not put in for the the scholarship?"
Yeah.
I said, "So what would I be putting in for scholarship?" "Well, sure, like, you're playing with FC Carlow and like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
that and the other." So
You're
I
praying
actually,
for it, like, yeah.
No, I actually put in for the scholarship anyway, but it was a late application, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the decision wasn't going to be made until the second term of college. But I started off playing with the B team, and within a week or two I was playing with the first team. And I was flying it, I was playing centre midfield. I was loving it. Now,
On the 6.
in the,
Box to box.
I think was I in the 6? No, I was in the 8, I think.
Box to box.
Yeah, and I loved it. But like, I was playing soccer with the college, but sure, I wasn't going to any lectures. Like, you know, I was out every night of the week, and then I was, if there was
Shocking
training on, I
carry
go.
on,
And then I go play the matches. But it was deadly. But then I ended up dropping out. I just got a bit guilty there. So I was taking money off the father on a Sunday to go to Waterford to study, and I was just, and I said, I turned around to one and said, look, can't take any more money off you. I'll call it a day, that kind of way. Yeah. So he was delighted. I was working in Dial's Harm Academy then about 5 days later. With Alan Dial.
Yeah.
So it was grand the way it worked out for me. But you're about, I'd say it could have been, I was after dropping out maybe 6 weeks ago, and I got a phone call off the A-team manager that they were after getting to a certain stage or something like that. We haven't seen you yet available for the game or whatever. We're playing CIT in the semi-final or something. I said, sure, I'm gone. And he goes, sure, no, you can still play because I didn't, the way you have to drop out before a certain time or something. But I never went to play the game anyway. But it would be interesting to see if there was different levels of scholarships. It would have been interesting to see what I got any sort of a dig out or something, but it's just gas in your...
Do you think it would have tied you down?
If I had got the scholarship, I don't know. There's a lot of question marks over...
Youth is wasted on the young, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know that kind of way? I don't know.
It's a fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just carefree, didn't give a fuck.
Just
fuck
crack.
Education. I love soccer and beer. That's where I'm going.
And 50 quid.
That was
I drink 40
crack.
a tenner for a sandwich.
And like when I went into Newark, so that I would have went into Newark when I left FC Carlow.
Yeah.
And how I went in was I was always out drinking and having a crack with Dale Carney, Craig's older brother.
Yeah.
I used to pat around with him and used to go brilliant, yeah. And sure, we'd be at concerts and festivals together and stuff like that, and he'd be talking to me about soccer and what you doing and you're finished with FC Carlow, come on in. And
Dale played when you walked, didn't he?
Yeah, Sean O'Connor, Fozzie was my teacher in the Gael Closter.
Yeah.
So he was the manager at the time. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll go in and give it a dig out. And sure, once I went in, sure, the characters that were there when I was playing, the older lads, and were quite good to me, like Brady and Shammy, Slick. There was some characters in the crack. Yeah. It was 90. I loved it. The kind of way. And I was playing. I was doing, I think it was right full. And just once I went in there, I kind of knew, this is for me, the kind of way I'm not going to be going any further with the soccer. I kind of had the chance with the FC Carlow or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I had loads of opportunities the whole way up, trips and tournaments in America and never trials, but when you're going to play Celtic every year and you're playing Dunfermline and you're playing Everton and
you were
stuff
showcased.
like that, you
were showcased.
If you're good enough, you'll be picked up.
Yeah.
So that kind of sat with me. I said, look, just enjoy it for what it is, and that's kind of how it panned out. Yeah.
Let's go right back. Earliest memory in the game.
I'd say just kicking around the ball in school and on the street and that up in Pollerton. There used to be stacks of kids up in the green in Pollerton, up around Lacey's house there, and just out kicking ball constantly, games, kicking lumps over each other, and then in school. But
best games, aren't they?
Oh, they were deadly. Jumpers for goal posts.
Jumpers for goal posts,
Brilliant.
Games of crossbars, one
touch,
hop.
Fives.
But there was a lot of tough games, that kind of way.
Yeah.
To be murder, to be always a row, you know what I mean? To be someone going home hurt or someone boxing and it could have been, I could have been 8 and you'd be playing with lads that could be 16, it was just everyone out.
Which was brilliant.
Yeah, it was deadly. And then I think in school, Pat Purcell was over in a walk.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So I went up to the youth centre now when I was about, I'd say 9, 10 maybe, to join because I knew all the boys playing, and I walked into the youth centre and Pat Purcell, I went over to Pat anyway, looking to play.
Yeah.
And he said, should we have 30 lads here or something, if you can, come back and play with the 12s if you want. But sure, I'm still there's nothing to me. And I was only tiny at that time as well. And I sort of said, fuck that, that kind of way. So I could have started with Newark if that made sense.
Yeah.
And then ended up out in St. Joseph's in Ireland. Bernard Mullen.
Was that the first team? Was that the first Joseph's team?
Yeah, it could have been, yeah. I think it was because we were all playing football in Ireland together. Bernard Mullins brought me and Muzzy from Pollerton out to Ireland to play football. Now, I had played with Airog and Aska. I tried it out, but Bernard brought us out to Ireland. And I think you're right, actually, yeah. I think they kind of set up the St. Joseph's from that. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But that was a right good team.
They were a team, yeah. Ryan Curran, Conor Byrne. I'm trying to think. Rashford Fard was deadly. Luke Dial. Few quite good players.
Yeah, Ryan was brilliant.
Jeff Sutton.
Jeff was brilliant.
Jeff was brilliant. I'm trying to think who was in the goal.
I'm sure I had Jeff with FC Carlow 20s.
Jeff was brilliant, yeah, really good.
Fucking great player.
Do you know what? I'm probably leaving out loads of lads.
Yeah. Where's Jeff Sutton now?
Australia.
Is he?
Yeah.
And Ryan's in the States still, is he?
Ryan's in the States.
He went over on
a scholarship that time.
He's on a long time, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got a long time, yeah. I think when Ray, whether Ray,
I worked with
whether
Ray.
he went
Pass
to
for soccer. Years ago, I used to do showcases.
How long ago was that when they set it?
Quite a long time ago.
I remember
quite a long time ago, man.
like a lot of the lads that went over in them scholarships. They're all lads I played with the whole up. So Philip Smithers,
Yes,
Ryan,
yeah.
Who else went over? There was a few lads from Bunclody
Do
went
you remember?
over.
Do you remember? What's his name? Robbie Farrell.
Yes,
Remember he got a 50-50 golf and soccer scholarship.
That's right.
First one ever.
50-50.
He got 50. He got 100%. He's from Wexford.
Yeah,
He got 100% scholarship, half golf and half soccer, and he turned it down. Clarkey was the go as well.
Clarkey used to
Jan.
go.
There was a Quirlock on that time, but
There
it was brilliant though,
yeah.
man.
I'll tell you another funny one, Morales. Sure, I can't pass it without saying it.
Yeah.
So obviously, when it was going, like the likes of Ray Curran and Ryan's mother Sue, and like they were the best in the world to me when I was younger and stuff like that. I used to be in Ryan's house the whole time. You'd stay for one night and you'd end up staying there for a week, like, you know, the kind of way. All the lads out in Tin Island and that, but Ray wanted me to go on the scholarship around the time as the lads and stuff like that. But sure, it was in around the time now I was just having the crack and carefree and stuff like that. But then I can't remember how old I was. No, it was a good few years later, and I found myself in a bit of a rut with. I was still working. No, I might have been finishing Dyer's Tarmac Academy, but I hadn't done a degree and I hadn't done this, hadn't done that, the other. And I was starting to kind of concentrate a bit more on the soccer and the walk. I was gone a bit older. Now, I could have been 22 or something. And I remember getting on to Ray Curran one night, sending him a message or something like that. No, what I thought was going to happen, I don't know, but I was basically saying, you know, Ray, I remember you were saying about that scholarship. Do you know, any chance of it now, like, you know,
Sit down the road, 5 years later.
Thinking back on it, like, you know, like, I must have been in a queer rut, like, if I was sending this to Ray Curran, like, on a Sunday night or something like
You
that.
just want to, I need to escape here,
Yeah.
I tell you
something
one
fresh.
thing, man, that world, I remember going to the showcase, and that world is nuts, that university soccer in America.
Yeah, so, like, Ryan is after, like, I haven't talked to Ryan in a long time, but I'm friends with him online and stuff, and I'd hear people talk. I think he is like a huge success in what he does.
Is that what he
I
does over there?
in America?
No, he thought he didn't get a scholarship. No, that's that. He went a different direction. Sure,
Did he not go on a scholarship? No, in the end.
No. Sure, he done his college in Carlow, and
Right.
he got his B
Badges.
license, A license, whatever he is, and he went over. Like, he's working for Seattle Sounders now. Like,
Seattle
he
Sounders,
has,
yeah.
Is it Ryan Curran?
No, Ryan. I think Ryan did. Where he's talking about Ethan O'Neill.
Ethan
Oh,
O'Neill is
sorry.
over there.
Ryan did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
I didn't know whether he went on
I
the
think
scholarship or
Ryan
not.
he was in, like, what's the name of that
I think he's
university
in
in New York?
Oh, he was
Bonkers
in.
or
No.
Bonkers or
He was
something,
in
was it?
fucking. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
It's
but
one of them.
He was in New York.
Yeah.
But I think he's in real estate. I think he's like a real estate.
Right. Well, he studied over there, but like I think the success came from the studying rather than.
The last time I was talking to him is a long time ago, right? It could be 10 years ago, Dotsy.
Yeah.
And it was online. And I think last I heard was he's playing semi-pro and he's working real estate.
Ryan.
Yeah. And so real
Jeez,
estate
I
over there
thought
is
he
a
was
multi-million.
It's huge, yeah.
I thought he was heavily involved in this new New
something
York
I was-
ladies soccer
He
team.
could be.
I
He
think
could be.
he's a big number there, I think. Now, look,
No, he
do you
could
know
be.
what? I'm going to be getting messages out of the boys there now. So
brilliant.
why are you talking
You
about
can fact
something?
check it.
But I think so.
Yeah.
You know, I think they won something recently, and Ryan is in these pictures with, like I think so now, if
No,
I
he
heard
could.
right.
Fordham University.
Fordham, that's the one, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I can't be. But no, he could be. But that's.
Ryan, reach out. I'm dying to know
Yeah,
what the thing is
I
as
wonder if he
well.
listens.
Have you got him?
I'm talking 15 years ago.
Yes.
That's when he was talking to him.
That's
Right?
our next
I
thing,
could be
Podge.
the same for
And the
me,
phone
yeah.
a friend live in the studio.
Yeah. And last time I was talking to Ray, sure, that could be 15 or 16
Oh,
years
stop.
ago as well.
Jesus
Like, do you know
Christ,
what I
was thinking
mean?
at the time, but anyway.
Yeah, but sure, why
You
not?
remember that scholarship?
Yeah,
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Who's this? yeah.
That's you.
Oh, stop, yeah. You've more than
It was,
thinking
it
back
was
on
some angle though, man. It was brilliant, but it was an expensive thing. Like, no one ever. The one Robbie Farrell came to mind because no one ever got 100% scholarship.
Right, okay, yeah, you had to fork up X
You,
amount
like,
yourself.
you
or
might
whatever,
get
yeah.
60% and you have to
Right.
pay whatever. Like, but
Is it still a big thing?
yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, Sir Aaron, yeah,
I
yeah.
think Jaden is
Jaden
gone.
is gone as well.
Go away.
Jaden Kelly, yeah.
Unreal.
I only found out
I didn't hear
the night
that.
of the awards.
I heard that as well.
Jason,
The night of
delighted
the
for
awards,
now.
yeah.
Delighted for.
Yeah.
Kept it quiet. I was talking to Aaron about it, and Jaden said, yeah. Jaden's gone. They're about.
Are they going
They're-
Did
They're
Aaron
stay
not
away from
move?
each other.
Did Aaron not move to a different college?
No,
Like,
Aaron told me the other night that they're about 3 or 4 hours drive away from each other. But
Right.
they're going to separate places.
That's
a
unreal,
flight,
not too
yeah.
far away.
that's a
yeah,
flight,
yeah.
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 Grand.
Yeah.
Yes, that's deadly.
But
Delighted for him.
I didn't catch up
Yes,
for
I
a
thought
great
he was going
photos.
to come in and play, but it was no walk. He gone now.
Yeah,
Who,
yeah.
Jaden?
Yeah,
good
yeah.
player some
Brilliant.
season.
He's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
He really
Great
good.
lad to have. You could play money for as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very, very
yeah.
good.
Good.
You went to Joy's in Dublin. I
Yeah.
did not know that until you told me.
No, how it came about, I'm not sure. I think it was under 15s and under 16s, or 16s and 17s maybe. I did 2 seasons up there. But the same thing, loved it. Went up with Ryan Curran, Jonathan Savage from Bunclody. Do you remember Savo, no? Savo. So the 3 of us went up anyway, and
You would have been Southeast, obviously, Southeast connection. And
yeah, that's how it came about. So I think the likes like Stevie Purcell, Conor Byrne, Jamie Kavanagh that went to Bohemians, did the trials, got picked, and I can't remember anyway, but whether Ryan came to me or something. But we went up anyway, and loved it up there. It was deadly. The coaches were brilliant. Liam Brown was the manager's name, and Damo was one of the coaches, and right crack. Great setup up there in Joy's. Loved it. Like, do you know what? We played Bohemians in the first game.
you played against the boys.
Now, if I remember correctly, I think I was starting right full, and I don't think any of the rest of the lads that went up had started.
Right.
Because it was right at the start of the season. But we were playing is it Albert Park beside DCU there?
Yeah.
Brilliant setup.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get over the pace of it. The first game, like, it was a wake-up call to me, like. And I thought, like, we were playing decent enough level of soccer.
How quick you're moving the ball, or quick the speed of the players?
The lack of time you had on the ball,
Yeah,
and the decision making and stuff like that was just so sharp. Now I got into the swing of things fairly lively, but just that stands out for me. I was thinking, beat the fuck.
Did
I
you
know me depth
Did
out.
you win out with them?
No, but I tell you what, we had our second season was a fantastic season. WAFTA were the team, so I don't even know if they exist. Mitch Kelly played with them. It was something Finglas. It was a Finglas team called WAFTA, and they had won, I think, everything the previous year, and I think the following year when we had a great season, we ran them close. But no, I didn't win anything.
Never heard of them, did you?
No, I do you know what? I never really looked
Mitch
into
from
it now.
Parkville.
Yeah.
Mitch from Parkville, yeah, and he was flying at the time.
Mitch is
Like,
very
still is
good,
flying. He's
unreal.
unreal.
Yeah.
Like, he was quite good against us that night in Pats there. I thought in the final. I think the 6 kind of suits him better than
It does, yeah.
having him centre half.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Very tidy now.
I agree, because you get, do you know what it is? You get 70 minutes of excellence. You have
Yes,
to
you
allow.
do,
you
and
have
that's
to
it.
allow.
He also knows, Podge, when to take the extra touch and when to get rid of it.
Yeah,
His
cute and draws
his spatial
fouls
awareness
and
is
that,
fantastic, yeah.
Well, he's gone very aggressive as well. Like, he's gone into a. I would have had Mitch at Pats for a small bit, and he was a great player. But Pat Purcell brought him in.
Oh yes, yeah.
He would have been. I would have said, not that he's a bit nice, but quiet. But look at him now playing like he's a proper leader now. He's proper,
he's very good. Yeah,
looking at him there now, you're kind of saying,
he's probably
he's
is he?
fucking
Actually, he's my age, obviously. If we were playing against each other, he
Yeah.
might be. I was probably half a year younger, but yeah, good enjoyment up there, and found it hard to leave. Actually, I think.
Did you?
I think the reason we left was the South East club team was starting rather than academy, and just to save on, like, the travelling, that was tough. Like, you know, the kind of way. Like, Sallynoggin is a
It's
good
a
bit
long way
out.
up.
It's a good bit out. You know, you're not just going to Tala or something like that. No, I loved it, and we had to go twice a week to train. We couldn't train at home one night with a local club and go up on a Thursday and then play the match. If you wanted to play, like, you had to train twice a week in that. But inside it, we used to train on a car park, like a gravel car park, because they didn't have a AstroTurf at the time. They don't have an AstroTurf still.
No.
I see them online.
But to have an unbelievable clubhouse. The best clubhouse I've ever seen.
And the pitches and stuff and that. But
Have they, yeah?
Oh, man.
yeah, enjoyed my time. Went on a trip to Barcelona as well. Loads of head cases in that team as well. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Went to Barcelona one Easter to one of them Barcelona tournaments and that, and it was the biggest piss up I was ever on. So you're my honestly. So we were 16, 17. It was. I mean to say, it was deadly. Now like, you'd fall in the door at 4 o'clock from the little strip in.
Salou, is it?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was Salou. And the managers and the coaches come to the hotel room the next morning. Up now, down into the pool. Now this is Easter and a training in Barcelona. But there was a pool. Everyone into the pool at about 6 o'clock.
Sober up.
Just freshen up, breakfast, and we did well in the tournament too.
Is he?
But like, some characters in that team, I'd still catch up with a few of them.
Would you?
Online and that, yeah, I'd be talking them up and down and that. Like, there were some good players. Your man Jay Kelly, actually. You know Jay Kelly that played with Pats for a good few years and finished with Bray.
Oh, yeah.
He was a dinger.
Was he on that?
He was on that
team?
Joy's team, and the year previous to us arriving, I think he scored 60, 70 goals or something like that. Following year when we joined, I think 4 or 5. No, he was brilliant, but just whatever happened, he just couldn't put the ball in the net. But he was still unreal. Like, he stood out, but he just couldn't score.
Wow.
And I heard the lads talking about all the goals he was getting the previous season. That, but a few good players like that, I think, went on to play a decent level. Your man that plays at Gorey Rangers there now, played as well. I think he's half coach, half player. What do you want to stand out with me? No, he's
Gory manager stood down, didn't he? Halfway through the season.
yeah.
Did he?
Anyway, it won't come to me anyway, but he was a great player as
You
well.
would have
And
played against Anthony Stokes as well at the DDSL, right? The Kennedy Cup.
same way, yes, Cup.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I
right.
remember, was that the match? What's the name? Kept them scoreless. Moved to play football in Laois. Kingston. Donny Martin.
Donny, yeah. Was that Anthony Stokes?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Kept
yeah.
them
Or were we level until they scored a late winner, I
Nil
think,
nil
wasn't it?
scored,
Yeah.
but it wasn't him that scored.
Yeah,
Actually got that frustrated. He actually got sent off.
right.
That's a long time ago. That's it.
Donny Kingston, I forgot
That's in
about
his
him,
DNA,
actually,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's a core. Many years ago was that. Yeah.
Sure. What is it? Was it under 14? So
Well, 13s, but you would have been 14.
2004.
Nuts.
2004, yeah. 1990, 2004, yeah. Long time ago, isn't it?
We're long ago,
Yeah, see,
man.
and I tell you
Try
what,
the
it's
70s,
still,
bud. Relax there now with your digits.
yeah, but good crack, yeah. We always talking about the Kennedy Cup and that. I still remember, the crack we
Yeah.
had in that. Like Gary Cody used to listening to the Beastie Boys. I'd be getting on to him about the
Yeah.
Beastie Boys, mad into the Beastie Boys.
Is he, yeah?
And I thought
Boys,
it was the strangest thing ever when I was young, lad. Like, but he was in our house. You know the way you'd have an adult and you'd have the kids and stuff like that, and we'd be playing PlayStation. But just the crack we had in that, like you remember all them trips.
That's
like,
brilliant. Yeah.
stand out, like, and then the old lad used to come on all the ones with the academy with Matsy. You know Matsy, like
Yeah.
Brains old lad, like he was
great man.
He was on all our trips and that. The old lad used to come along, but so, like the piss up the old lads used to have on the, like they had better crack than us, like.
I heard a story of
You
your
know.
father bringing a toolbox to Blackpool.
And that's 100% true as well.
Tell me
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So what way did
It was with Joy's, was it?
It was with I'd say it was with Joy's, yeah. So last minute jobs or the bus collection from Asca car park or something like that to go on the ferry and go to Blackpool or something like that. So
Yeah.
the old lad wouldn't organise, he wouldn't have anything like. And I'd have the bag packed, the Carlow bag packed anyway, and all my stuff and gear and stuff like that. And then sure, like the old lad was probably out for a few pints the night before or something like that. So
Yeah.
I'm waking him up rather than him waking me up.
Yeah.
To go down to York and like that, oh fuck, I may grab a few bits, you know, that kind of way. And like if you walked into my old house now, you could find anything now, from an angle grinder on the kitchen table to like honestly, I'd say the boys are laughing if they're listening to this, like there could be anything in it. But grab the toolbox, an empty toolbox, and just started stuffing socks and jocks and t-shirts into it. On we went down
In the toolbox?
in a toolbox, an empty toolbox in the hall, and he just started stuffing yolks into it and walked out the door. On we went to Blackpool. With the
I heard that
toolbox,
story.
yeah.
I heard Alan Doyle
As a
told me that
character,
story
yeah,
many years
yeah.
ago. Yeah.
I was told to ask you
Christ.
about the
What's this?
the black tie affair in Carpenters.
Fuck. I forgot about that. I was thinking of what these boys
Well,
want to
here it
bring
is.
up, right?
This is deadly.
Yeah.
I was asked today.
Right,
Oh,
right.
man.
I'd say I wasn't with the walk long anyway.
No.
And so there was awards night after. We might have won the league. I'd say it was
Yeah,
one of
you
the
won
good
the
years
league,
anyway
yeah.
that we had stuff to pick up anyway. So it could have been their second league, my first. So I was only, whatever it was.
9.
Yeah, but James Brady, of course, bastard. James Brady, I don't know whether he rang me or texted me anyway, and he says, yeah, you all set for the awards night, no encounters and Saturday or whatever like that. Yeah, sure, be a bit of crack. And he, like, what's the story with it? And go, yeah, make sure you're, like, well dressed anyway. And I said, what do you mean well dressed, kind of? Like, you know, like a polo shirt or something like that. No, the awards night after win the league, you mad? No, you need to be kitted out, like, you know,
Black tie affair.
you're, like, you know, wear a tie anyway, shirt and a tie, you don't have to have the jacket or something like that. I said, fair enough. So I was out drinking all day in the terrace with all my mates. It was Savage Day. So I said, lads, I may go home and get into a suit or something. I have this awards night at 9 o'clock in Carpenters. So, fuck, I don't have a suit. So Stephen Riley was with me. I said, Riley, do wear a suit at home. Now this even just adds to it.
Yeah.
The stupidity of it. Now I'm half shot at this stage as well, but like,
You don't give a shit either.
I
really.
said, Riley, come on, we get a taxi down to your house. Your sure stuff will fit me. So I got a taxi from the terrace, down with Riley, turned on a suit that half fitted me, got a taxi back up. Right, Riley went back to the terrace. I walked down by Carpenters there from the bus park or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm standing outside anyway, and Mark Carpenter walks by, working, obviously, or whatever. What story is you, Dotsy? You going to a funeral or something, he said. I said, oh no, what the fuck am I after doing here anyway? So the whole place, I walked in by the front bar, into the lounge, second I turned the corner, 40 lads. You little daisy, oh Jesus Christ. Now, honestly, I'd say only for I had a good few pints in me at that stage, I would have died. I would have died. You know, so the first thing I did is just rip the tie off.
Barry said he set out for the whole night like it, not
Oh
bothering
man,
him.
yeah. Honest to God. Terrible. You wouldn't get yokes like
Nah,
that
no,
anymore.
they're
That's
great though,
like,
man.
the boy, like saying about the boys, you know, like that's funny, like, you know what I mean? But like the crack, like they were unreal, like Brady and Ken Lacey and that, they were deadly. Like there wasn't many young lads on the team, like myself, Fester came in
Lee
not
would've
too
been
long
young enough,
after.
right?
Yeah. Like Darryl came in when he was fairly young as well, but they were quite good those, like, you know, the kind of way. And like if you didn't want to go out, they drag you out. You know, that kind of way. You'd be talking about boys not going for pints anymore and stuff like that. Like the crack
I think the group that you have there now in Newark is
yeah, I think they like the
that's-
pints so much.
Yeah, no, I think that's brilliant though. That you have that.
It adds to the camaraderie and the bond.
That makes the group. I remember like we had the Hanover team, it was flying at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a load of young lads on it that didn't have much money to go. We said, boys, the Barrack sponsored us at the time, and we used to hand in a card and you get 75 cents or something off a pint. It's kind of giving us a deal like this anyway. But one of the lads clicked the bet. Just throwing 500 quid into a pint glass. Work away with that.
Yeah.
So the young lads love it.
That's the thing, like,
and it makes the group.
Yeah.
Makes the group.
Well, like, I'm talking about there now, like, what is it, 15 years ago and that? Like,
it was bad, but it was brilliant.
You know, like, and while you were saying about, like, a few bob and stuff like that, like, at the time, whether I was still in college or wasting the old lads' money and not in Dial's Tarmac or what, but I didn't have much money, and I was going out to have a few cans somewhere before I went to meet the boys after winning something. James Reddy, don't fucking even think about that. Get down here now. There's no issue with money here. Come in.
Yeah.
You know, like, even small things like that, you know, just you remember them, like, you know.
Oh, you would do it.
Yeah.
I think having that kind of attitude though creates a bond that you want. But like I remember talking to Jamie Murphy when you bet in the cup final last year in the Dinree, and I said, well, you know, how we get on, blah blah blah. Podge said, you know what it is? The thing that will keep me at Newark forever is the fact that everything I do with these lads is so enjoyable. Be it go for a pint or go training or win a game.
Yeah. Nice to hear. Yeah, I know there is. There's something special about the group now, I have to say. Like, it's enjoyable. Like,
did you ever think you'd be as successful?
Like,
not as a group, but say go back to the first one you won, 21 or 22 years of age, whatever you were. Do you think that you'd have the longevity of success that you had? Or that you're having?
I know there was better days ahead, if that makes sense. Like, you know, we fell short a lot of times in my early years. I know we got the league and a couple of cups here and that, but we fell slightly short a couple of times. Now we had some fantastic players and teams and that, you know, the kind of way. But I don't know. That's probably not. Like, do you know what I'd say when I look back on it when I finish playing? It's hard to kind of really,
when you're in it.
When you're in it, it's hard to maybe realise maybe how big of a thing it is or how successful. You know, you'd see.
You had a scrapbook, Dotsy, of everything you won.
Yeah,
all the men of the matches,
but even
all
like
the individual awards.
Podge asked me to send in that York there, like, and that's fucking. I was nearly a bit
I
embarrassed.
remember the night you were getting the Carlow Sports Star Award. You were playing down in Vale, weren't you?
That's right, yeah.
And you were like, I was playing golf with you or something in the league York we played, the Eamon Long Run.
Oh, the Winter League,
Winter League York, whatever it was. Me and Dotsy's in the same group, and he said, I'm hoping we get the game over as quick as we can. But you wanted to start it, but you didn't want to get injured either because whatever coming up. But you were 3 or 4 up at half time and you had to shoot.
Headed on,
straight back, Yeah,
no, that
you
was like,
made great memories over the years.
Yeah, that's I'd say, thinking back on it when I finish, I'd say I'll probably appreciate it a bit more. Not that I don't appreciate it.
No, you will.
Wrong, Jesus, to get.
No, but you can't think like that now when you're going to still play.
No, I think that's it.
You know what I mean? You got to stay in the players' mind now.
Yeah, you have to.
That's a fair point,
Yeah, you have to. But do you know what? Ask me in a couple of years when I'm what way I feel about it. But like, you can't, like, look, there's no doubt, like, the success has been fantastic and, like, it's great to be a part of it, like, really great. Like, you know, it's family, like, you know, with the lads and stuff like that. I love it, like, you know. As I said, I don't know what I'm going to do when I finish, like, you know, whether I'll be involved or whether I'll find it too hard to be involved in not playing. I don't know. We'll see when I get there, you know.
It's probably one of them ones that you won until you try it.
Yeah. That's it, exactly, yeah.
You probably kind of had the same, did you? Like, I don't know, you won until you try it.
No,
like,
sure, I stopped playing when I was, like, 35 because I was known to take over the team.
Right,
I probably could have done a job.
Would you have been in
25 minutes to half an hour there in that team?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Just come in and do a job. Or start a game against one of the weaker teams and do an hour or whatever it was. But I couldn't think like that. I had to think like a manager. I was like kicking every ball on the sideline. Fucking nail him or whatever, you know, or just hard, the way I used to play, whatever it was. But it's hard, man.
It is,
it's hard.
Even like if you're arrested for up and down or you're only not you don't start, but you're coming on for the second half. You don't knocking games and stuff like it's happened a couple of times over the last few years because I need a break like here and there and that. But like I find it quite hard to be on the side.
I find
like,
that it's a lot easier to get up for a game as a player than be like, oh man, that's a couple of it's like
manager.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. Tedious, like
player, you're like you can control your own environment and your own position and shift the extra yards. You can't do anything in this. You can do your tactics and all that, but you can't make a player run.
Yeah,
you can't. Like what you see and what I see or whatever it is, it could be different than what lads are given instruction to. It's frustrating at times. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
I'd say it's a tough number now. I don't know if it'd be something for me now. You know, Yeah, I don't know. Honest God, I'll see down the line.
Like Papa said, you can't think like that when you're in it and you're playing.
No, not at the minute. I just want to play now for a few seasons.
I think everyone says as long as you can fucking play, isn't that it?
That's what I keep hearing. Yeah.
As long as you can fucking
play. By the choice, I would have still played.
Yeah, and anyone I'm talking to is stay playing as long as you can. So look at Lee Murphy there.
Yeah.
Like Lee Murphy's flying again. You know, and he's a bit unfortunate that he didn't see more game time. Like he played a few big games for us there at the end of the season. Whether he started
Premier Final,
he started the Premier Final and he came on in big games and like he's unreal. You know, he just brings a calmness to him, like you know, the kind of way, and like like he's at that age, he knows himself, like, but he finds it hard. We talked about just there at the end of the season and stuff like that. He's finding it hard because he knows he has more to offer, but it's hard for him to kind of get the opportunity to do it. Like, you know, you can see it from both sides. You can see it from Gavin's side and Lee's side and stuff like that. It's a difficult place to be in. I'm dreaded being there.
But like, what's say in Lee's spot, you know, on the spot that you potentially could be in? Like, what's opportunity? Like, is opportunity 10 minutes? Like, is opportunity 1 game? Is opportunity 3 games?
Well,
like, you know, if you want to give someone a chance,
I think Gavin trusts him.
Oh, sure.
And I think the players trust him as well.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's more than 10 minutes. Does he have the legs to get around the field in a big game against young lads, middle of the field? Like, can he play a centre half? No problem, boys.
You could play in most places.
Yeah, you can play him anywhere, right full, whatever. But it's a long shift at that age to get around the field after young lads.
Yeah,
like, it's a different game.
Like,
you can't just be streetwise and sit in a position and just you know.
No, when you're losing the couple of yards of pace or sharpness, let's say, like it's.
I think it is sharpness, isn't it?
That's what it is. Game. Yeah. You know what you want.
But you're he in his mind mentally, he's still 25.
Oh yeah,
and he's in his pomp.
Yeah,
but physically wise, you're looking from the outside in, from the sideline. He would have got that ball. Like this is what people think on the sideline.
Yeah,
he would have got that ball 4 years ago.
I tell you, he's in good shape.
It's pointless.
But it's pointless.
Yeah,
it is pointless.
It's just easy to say that.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You know,
but
respect-wise, as a player, as a group, you couldn't but respect the chap.
No.
And from an opposition manager, this man is still deadly.
He's a legend. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Unreal.
Do you know?
Unreal, and just even around the place and that, like, you know,
he's a good lad.
Like,
but sure, even when he was going through the injury last year, like he was on the coach, like, you know, he was.
Yeah.
He never missed.
And he was brilliant.
He was there giving that dig
brilliant.
out.
Yeah. No, you couldn't fault him. Like, just like a club legend. Like, you know, a Carlow
soccer legend. Yeah.
Done it all. Like.
What was great that he's doing it with the young lad as well.
Unreal. Like, brilliant when the first started there, like, and around the pitch, and it's
that's a memory of a lifetime.
I'm looking for the ball off Murph. It's Murph.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. Jamie's looking for the ball off Lee. It's Da.
Like
that's what he was saying. Like when he started first.
Yeah.
Da, and like unreal. Do you know what I mean? It'd be great to be able to say it. Like, you know,
imagine you playing with your young lad, Dotsy.
Yeah, so I'll be a crutch or a walking stick or something. I'd say.
The over 65s.
Yeah, the walking soccer. Yeah, a fattered head. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Walking soccer. Yeah.
David Sansini. Tell me, I know you've a bit of a change there in management this year, and McGrath finished up, and you had Slick come in there. Did he come slot right in? He seems to be loving it, doesn't he?
Yeah. No, I think he made a big difference now, and like small changes that can make a big difference.
Okay.
You know, the kind of way, like, he's been taking control of the sessions, and it's always kind of been the way. Gavin has always been the manager. Now, Gavin is well able to run a session.
He is.
You know, but he rather just focus on the managing side of it.
That's a role that has to be done as well, though.
Yeah, and
I think nowadays.
I don't know how he does it. Like with that group, like they're a tough group to manage. Like, you know, there's a lot of characters and a lot of header balls in it. Like, you know, the kind of way, and there always has been. But he's brilliant. Like, you can't fault him. But no, Slick has been deadly. Like, the sessions have been great. Just a different approach, and I think the boys are feeding off it. Like, I think he's been very good to it. It's just to freshen things up, and I think
he's
like
a good player. Like,
oh yeah, he's brilliant. Yeah, no, he knows what he's at. Like, and you know, like, he doesn't have the badges and he doesn't have this and that and the other, but he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need the badge to be good at coaching and explaining to lads and stuff like that. And he has a way about him now, and yeah, he's definitely after adding to the group. I'd say he's itching to get going again next season.
Is Gavin staying on?
As far as I know, he wants to. And what he asked me for is my honest opinion, like, you know what I mean, is he wanted there, and like without a shadow of a doubt, like, you know, and I've said it to him already, like, you know, of course he's wanted there, like, because I said it earlier on, like, there's a big day, if not more, in, like, we've had big days, but there's a big day in that New Walk squad that I'd absolutely be disgusted if I wasn't part of it, or if Gavin wasn't part of it. And now, not just me, I'm talking Lee Murphy, loads of lads, but Gavin especially, because, like, you know yourself from coaching and managing that, like, we don't have a fucking clue what it's like, but I can imagine it's a fucking heartache. A heartache.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I don't enjoy managing.
Yeah.
I've done it for 3 years of Pats, whatever. Not that I didn't enjoy it, it's just I'd rather coach.
Yeah.
I'd rather coach.
That's grand, yeah.
That's why it works great in the Oscars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll just let me coach there. You can do whatever you want to do.
You look after the rest of it,
yeah. Same, Pats.
Yeah, it's a different job altogether.
But it's
like the management side.
It's something I think Gavin has to stick around for.
What's that?
To stay with that group.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I said it early episodes. I remember we got bet in 3 leagues and 3 runners up. Last kick of the game up in Gritty Yard. I went up to the corner, was in bits in the corner. Yeah. Blackjack and Cottle come up after me. And they convinced me, stay, man.
Yeah, it's
stay.
coming.
He said, it's coming.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same for ye, but obviously not the league, higher again.
Yeah,
I think there's a Leinster and FAI.
I'd like to think so, yeah.
I said it. If you're kicking the ball away from playing evergreen, you didn't perform as well as you could have performed.
Yeah.
And then, like what you did to North End, and North End was in the final of the FAI. So you're there in national level. And you're going to get there eventually. And I think Gavin is the man. Gavin has respect of all the players in that.
Of course he does. And like, it's a huge commitment.
The man down there.
It's a huge commitment. Like that the time that goes into it and stuff like that. And like relationships suffer for it. Work suffers from it.
Everything suffers.
Everything suffers. And I can only imagine, like, and it's the same for players. You know, like once you have kids and things change when you get that bit older and that, like, you know, you're sacrificing other things to put the effort you want to put into the soccer and stuff like that. And like the management is probably twice as much, you know, that kind of way. And I can understand why you get to the end of the season and, you know,
you would have a smidgen of it at the moment because you're the
I'm
leader.
at the end of the season,
You're
the body is tired.
Player. No, not that. In regards of, just need to give him a phone call.
I know you pick up on these things. Yeah,
manager does to every player.
Yeah.
Honest to God, you're constantly you'd see a message going in. Lads are training Tuesday 7:30. Thumbs up. All the boys put the thumbs up. Having a clue what's going on in behind. Having ringing this lad and that lad. You know, it's a huge effort. Like, you know,
and the funny thing is, Papa, is that if you don't have that approach, you won't be successful.
No.
So if you don't give it, take Gavin, right, the most successful manager we've had in the last, what's he in 4 years in there, whatever, man.
Yeah,
stupid amount of trophies, semi-finals, Leinster finals, blah blah blah, the whole lot. But if he went in half-arsed, he wouldn't be half as good.
No.
And it could be the same group of players. Like the commitment you have to get to that level to win even to win a Premier. Like I can only speak what we on. Look at Badger, man. The detail and time he puts into it.
That's what it takes.
It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. It does, like, you know. So you know yourself, like it's a huge, like it's such a long season, like, you know what I mean. And there's so little margin for error, you know. And you just need to be on the ball constantly, and that all stems from the manager and the lads behind the scenes, your coaches, your Glens and Hams that aren't coaching but that are like massive.
You need all that, man.
It's their success as well, though. You can see all the boys are mad about them as well.
As punch, but honestly, like the work the boys put in, like scandalous, like.
You need a team. You know, I seen Hutchie come in once there this year. Fucking what a character.
Hutchie, gas man, a nice fella.
What a fucking winner. What a character. Gaich, fucking brilliant, John. Like, but without the team of them lads, you wouldn't be any good.
Well, it's not a two-man team anymore. Managing the team.
No. So
you need more.
Like, the workload is too much, like, you know, but like, not the more the merrier, that doesn't make sense, but the right people. It just has to be the right people, you know what I mean? If you can get that right and have a good squad, maybe not the best squad, but if you can have a good squad and the right mix management and that, you won't be far away.
And the buy-in.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Tell me this, missed out on the league last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Hurts?
Yeah, disgusted, like our goal at the start of the season is always the league. You can say what you want, like go far in the FAI and win a Leinster and stuff like that. Obviously it is, but the league is what you want. It's your bread and butter. It's the one you're playing week in, week out. It's the one that you can say, right, we won our league, we're the most dominant team in the league, and there's the league table to show it. You know, and we're after falling short the last 2 years. I thought after last year with Critty Yard that, okay, we would have learned from it. But I can't take away from Pats. Like Critty Yard are Critty Yard, and they do what they do. They hang in there. Like, they had a fantastic season. They went on that run. They'll always be there. They'll never be. They know how to win. They have the success behind them. They did what they needed to do. Now, they needed favours from us, which we gave them. But this year, we were probably on a par in the league performance-wise as we were in the previous year. We weren't at the odd game. We had a good performance or two, but we just weren't playing to our full potential. It just wasn't clicking right for us, I think.
Is that the makeup of the league, though? Like, is that a testament of the quality that's in the league now?
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I was going with, like, that. The Pats outfit this year. No, not at all. Like, but I'm only saying the difference between this year and as I said, Nottingham, Critty Yard are brilliant, and I have so much respect for them. Like, you know what I mean? They were showing everyone how it's done, like, for how many years in a row, like, you know, that kind of way. Yeah. And then I felt we took over. But with that Pats team now, I feel they're a very, very good team. Like, they're a very, very good team. Like, they have a great mix of toughness, like, skill,
pace, power,
you know, but how they're set up and that as well. Like, you know, we almost got away with being on par with the previous season. We let it slip, I think, the Critty Yard, but Pats kept that, I suppose, performance up for the whole year.
Extremely consistent the whole
consistent, year. Yeah. Like, that was slipping my mind there. Consistent, like, so consistent. I thought after we were beaten by E down in Pats at Christmas, and the following game, am I right, did you lose?
Yeah, back to some bets after Christmas.
That was the first game after Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know, and I'll be honest, I said to myself here, there we are, that's it.
We're back.
Yeah. It's ours now again. You know, we'll kick on from here. And it just never happened.
Yeah.
But it just never happened. We got the next few results okay, and then we went out to Parkville and we were beaten. And then we were beaten out in Critty Yard the following, and that was it. You know, if you lose twice, you're not winning the league, no matter what the standard is. Like,
isn't
the standard
that crazy
is very high now.
Though, isn't
it? But like, I often hear you talk about the standard of the league improving and stuff like that. But if you go back through the leagues since I started with Newark, like, I can't remember ever really a team winning by a number of points. You know, it's always very close, even if the standard isn't as high as it maybe is now.
Over the course of the year.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
and I think the year we lost it. We won it. I think we lost once. We beat Critty Yard out there. Trevor Riley saved the penalty.
Yeah.
We drew in Newark. Then Critty Yard came to us the Friday before we played G in the Platts. Yeah. And bet us 3-1 and bet us like dogs.
They gave us a chance, wasn't that it? Because they bet you, we had if we had a bet you.
3 teams in a chance to win that night, but we know if we won it, it was over everybody else's hands.
Yes.
And Graham scored the winner, and we beat you 1-0 in the Platts.
That's right, yeah.
And that was...
I don't remember Blackjack. I remember how happy Blackjack.
Yeah.
I honestly God, I remember crying. Came over to me and he was, you know, commiserations. Yeah. He was congratulating or whatever. But I don't remember him now. And like stand out, like, you know, and, like things like that.
But like, just come back. That's what you said. Like, you lose one or two. You can lose once.
Oh yeah.
Lose 2 or 3 times, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think you actually can't drop points. Like,
you're going to drop points, but you can't lose 3 games.
Critty won last year. You were unbeaten.
We were unbeaten, yeah.
You dropped points.
We dropped points, too many points, yeah.
You know?
I can't remember how many draws we had, like, but yeah, it just goes to show, like, you just need to be at it the whole way through. And I can't put my finger on it. I just can't. Like, I was thinking to myself, right, let's say the younger lads in the team, the likes of Luke Graham and Jamie Murphy and stuff like that, since they started playing senior soccer with Newark, all they know is winning.
Yeah.
You know, their backs haven't probably been to the wall too much and stuff like that.
You could say the same for Skinner, and you could say the same for, say, Dave. Like, Davey was in and he came in again, but they only know winning.
They're breezing through games and picking up 4 trophies 2 seasons in a row, and, you know, maybe that's it. And, like, I'm not sitting here saying, like, you know, young lads, it's your fault. You think it's too easy. That's not what I'm saying. That falls back on us then as well, the more senior players, to lead them and stuff like that. But I can't pinpoint what went wrong, but just want to get it right.
You probably couldn't, like, you probably can't do any more. You know, that's such a fucking stupid thing to say. But what I mean is, you can't do any more in the sense that you're consistent, you are winning tough games. Okay, Parkville beats you and Pats beat you. But to lose 2 games and lose a league is tough.
Yeah.
But that kind of relates to...
But that's 3.
Oh yeah, we were
Critty Yard, sorry. Yeah. But that kind of relates to the quality that's coming up in the league. And I actually genuinely think, and I've said this, I think it could be anyone's.
Next year.
I think I think it'd be year 2 for Collection, who are a good side, right? They'll probably add a few more. Yeah. If Bagnallstoke can add a couple.
Yeah.
Right, I think if Hanover can... I don't even think Hanover need to add much, but if they can get that Ray Walker player or, you know...
They're a young side, aren't they?
Yeah. I think there's I think it's going to be even tougher next season.
I'm quite impressed with Felix. I know we played them twice now. I know both of them were, one was a semi-final and one was a final. It's
very
different.
Good.
But just the way to approach the game and the way to
Young,
play the game.
Hungry,
and,
strong,
like,
skillful.
If you draw them in the first game of the season next year in the league,
oh yeah,
they're a 10 ready to rock. They're not dribbling into the gate quarterbacks and 10 past 10. They're set up to be the same for every single game.
Yeah. They're going to take points off
100%.
lots of teams.
Yeah, they'll be there.
And I know it's their first year in the Premier and stuff like that, but like if you're coming into it will not surprise me if they're going to be, like you could say they're about to come to the end of the season. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're that good. Like some of the players they have are fantastic.
Yeah.
And if they were to add a few to it, I don't know, but like, and they're so young.
Yeah.
As well, they're only going to get better.
They need to add a hot Bobby hangs around. They'll need a Bobby. They'll probably need maybe a couple of older heads because the Premier is a different beast, right? Yeah. But I think them finishing the top 4 is extremely realistic.
Oh, yeah, I'm agreeing with it. Yeah,
100%.
Definitely, yeah. They're good.
And don't write off a Parkville if they can get their act together. Like, do you know, it's such. It's not.
It has to be so frustrating, I'd say, out there for lads that are there for a long time because the talent is there, and you've talked about it, and it's always in the back of my head, and you just never know what you're going to do.
But you're going in the car to Tullow, like, I wonder which one's going to turn up today.
Yeah. You really don't know who you're going to be.
We played them
talked out against.
DBG 2-1, was it in the league? 1-0.
1-0 out there, Bulmer.
Yeah, and then we played them the following Sunday, and I said, this is going to be a right game.
Yeah.
We just bet them
out the door.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what's wrong here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like they're up for the big games, but don't.
But even the odd big game, I think, like, you know.
I think they're unlucky with bodies, though, lads. I don't think it's an issue of preparation or.
I think they do things very right out there in Parkville. I think they always have. Yeah.
I just think it's a logistical issue with players.
Right.
I just think it's having that consistent. Not 11, 16.
Yeah.
Like if you, I remember looking at the Connect the night we bet them to win the league. Looking at the Connect that week, man, I think they've used like 40 something players.
Oh, really? Within the duration of the season, yeah.
Collection is a little bit like that as well. Like I've looked at, we went to look at Collection against Felix the night of the foggy night, and I seen the team and Felix thumped them 6-1 or something, and we played them 3 weeks later, and I'd say 8 of the 11 that started against us in the league game.
No, weren't even there. Weren't out even.
Weren't there.
Yeah.
And I'm going, what? Couldn't believe it. Like, there many players would have like I know I have 20 players, whatever it is, and you have 16 or 18 there on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You won't have everybody, but you'll have the core of 15 or 16 every single week.
Yeah. You need it. You do. You need it, like.
Crazy.
Tell me this, who's the best centre-half you play, or your favourite partner at centre-half?
Favourite partner at centre-half? Because I was playing, I hands down I'd say Davy Walker, but I actually don't think he ever played centre-half with him. Maybe in one Oscar game.
You would have been right full, would you?
I was right full at the time.
Who was with him?
John Griffin used to play.
Griffin, yeah.
Skinny played in there as well, didn't he?
Skinny played there for a while with him, yeah.
Quite underrated player as well,
brilliant player. Someone to get a goal.
Yeah.
Header, didn't he? You won't see him for the whole game and he popped up with 2 cracking headers.
He told me that Friday night that there's one year he scored 28 goals in raw headers.
Well, do you know what? I'll tell you what about Skinny. He's quite funny. Funny. We played Nurney one day out in Nurney. I was playing, Skinny was playing. We were out that night. We were in the Foundry. The score was 2-0. Shammy scored, Willard scored, and I'm with Skinny, and he's telling the boys that he scored the 2 in the Foundry. Do you know? But I tell you what, but there was a season now he got quite a lot of goals, but like a gas character. But like there was some of the goals in, like, but some strike of a ball as well. Wasn't always with the head, like. Yeah. Used to just go on missing up the pitch there.
But if he gets a free header inside from the penalty spot,
what a leap, yeah. He's playing 35s with Dolman?
Yeah.
Good lad to have.
Yeah.
But hard. Michael Calvi, unreal. Cottle Gaffney, unreal.
Calvi's a good player,
Where's Calvi now?
He's abroad, isn't he?
He was abroad the last I was talking to him. Could be back in Dublin now, maybe. I'm not sure. He's either in the UK or...
Original, he played for Joe. I know he's at Pats, but he played for Joe.
I really enjoyed that time now. I think it was only a season or maybe 2 seasons. Myself, Calvi and Gaffney were 3 at the back.
Gaffney was underrated as well, isn't he?
Yeah, brilliant player, yeah. But the more I play with Skinner in the bigger games, the more I love playing with him. He'll tell you himself, he says it to me, like,
thanks, Paul.
He finds it very difficult. I think he finds it very difficult to get up for the league games if you're not playing Pats, or if you're not playing pretty hard, you know, title contenders. Like, he finds it so hard. It's like he doesn't give a fuck.
He's such a fuck control as well.
Well, that's it. Like, he really, like, you know, he goes through the motions, like, but like when it comes down to the big games and that, like, he's the business. Like, you know what I mean? He's a great defender. He has that aggression about him. Like, very rarely looks to play through the middle out, but he has the ping. Like, but on the money, like. But,
I think he's brilliant. I think
very,
he's
very
absolutely
good.
excellent centre half.
Yeah.
I think he has that streak that he's able to do anything in games. Like,
has improved though. Has improved. When he first came in, like loose cannon, like you're thinking this lad could be getting sent off every second week.
Yeah, he just kick it out for nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
but good character. Yeah, but like there's some soccer in him. Like he only goes through the motions. Like he won't mind me saying that. Like training wise and stuff like that. You know, he's there.
He doesn't come across as a great trainer, though.
No, he's literally going through the motions. And most games he'll be going through the motions as well. But like when he's needed and when the game, like when it's in the melting pot and that, like he's well able to play and read a game. Like his positioning and that is top. Like, you know, he's played at a good level. Like, you know,
first division, right?
Yeah. So I'd say.
How old is Skinner? How old is he?
Dino's age. So 27, 28.
Born 97.
Yeah. You know, so there's a good few years left in Skinner as well, like, you know, and he might even mellow out a bit more than he has. Yeah. But no, a good character, and I tell you, fits right in, like. Yeah. Like, there's a few lads that are after coming in and out through the years and that, like, I think, like, Cody Mulhall.
Unbelievable.
And now, a head case. Like, as in, if Cody Mulhall was not playing with no walk and scoring the goals he was scoring for us and stuff like that, you'd be saying, who the fuck is this lad?
I get the vibe.
You know that kind of way, but just fit it in. Like
I don't know him. I only see him. I don't want to walk. I get the vibe that he turns on Sky Sports, knows, expects his name in the yellow bar at the bottom.
Oh, he's deadly.
Yeah. That's the vibe I
He's
get.
Deadly. Yeah. I'd see him up and down now. I haven't really talked to him much, but he'd still be fairly.
You must get him on for an episode.
I tell you what, I'd say he'd not good crack out, boy. I'm friends with him online and that, but he's still doing the same thing in. He's playing with Clonmullion, so he's still slagging the shite out of the teams in Kildare. Handy hat trick tonight, nice handy one tonight.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Only the 2 goals and the assist, and he'd be putting up videos of his goals and stuff like that. Like, he's a troll, like, big time. But he's gas now, but like, because he was with us, like, you know, that kind of way. So we were loving it, like.
Man,
you know,
Skinner's tweet the night of the cup final.
Go on.
Cut me deep. That was a fluke, and even Leicester won 1, and you're never going to beat us. I'm like, what a prick.
Yeah. He can be active on the socials and stuff like that.
But I was just,
each their own.
Listen, after a day or two, I was like, you know what, he's only fucking winding me up.
Yeah,
you know
down in the pub,
No
so we were down in the pub in Carter's Lounge, and the boys were gathered around and we was doing this, like, you know, that kind of way. There's a bit of crack going to it and that, like, and it's coming from Skinner, so don't let it cut you too deep, like.
No,
kind of way. He wants a reaction. And he
actually text Lee Murphy over and Lee said, it's not that deep, man, relax.
Yeah.
No, they don't want Murphy, right?
He's good.
So it's the modern lad in the social media.
Yeah.
Lads live on it.
Sure, boys knock some crack over it, like, you know, that kind of way, like, you know.
They're deadly on it, boys.
Yeah.
They're absolutely deadly.
And I tell you another funny one. Jody Collins was there.
Yeah.
And this was happening, and there was, I don't know even if there was comments or not, but I knew what was going on. I saw the tweet anyway. Jody Collins is in the far side of the lounge. Turn on retweet so I can retweet it. You know, that kind of way. He wanted to get involved as well. So Jody's the same online. And he constantly slagging. He loves it.
Yeah.
Just a blackguard. Like.
He
couldn't wait to be able to retweet it. I can't retweet that. Turn it on. Like,
he's deadly crack.
But yeah, Jody be at all the games now. Good old crack.
Standing to go over the 35.
Yeah.
She played for Newark for years, didn't he?
Yeah.
Probably before your time. But
I tell you, he managed the B team.
Did he?
Around the time when I started with the A team, because Mickey Lyons and Keelan Dyle and all the boys that just didn't give a shite about the soccer.
Keelan was a good player as
Keelan
well.
Dyle, later, if I go through that team of the season, like, there's a few lads that I played with now that just never got going. I don't think he ever played a full season with Keelan, but what a player, lads. Do you remember Keelan Dyle?
I do, yeah.
Oh my
Played
God.
against him, a couple of things.
He was a beast.
Go on, give us your best 11.
I can't take it out now because I don't. Did I bring it? I did.
You wrote it down.
I wrote it down, yeah, because I forget.
It's all right. What's the shape?
No. What's the shape? 4-5-1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a 10. Is that with you?
4, it's
that right, Podge?
4-4-1-1.
Right. So Gavin in the goal, obviously. I'd say if I was to ask you to name my team, it probably won't be too far off on you.
Let's guess.
Go on.
We'll go with Gavin anyway, right?
Right. Go on. Go.
Right back.
What's the back line?
Dickie one side.
Dickie right back, yeah.
Davy
centre half. Who's with him?
Ken Lacey, Ken in it?
Ken's not in it, no. Good player. Not in it.
Murph? Murph in there?
Not in centre half.
No, centre half. No.
Go on.
Right. Skinner, but he got added to it, I'm saying this week, because I'm just thinking back about the season and stuff like that. You know who added in before? And I loved him. I know it would have been the smallest backline in the history of the world between Dickie, Davy. I had Rammer in it. I played with Rammer with the Oscar Traynors.
Brilliant player.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Beast. He had some leap.
Some player.
Some leap. And queer nice lad.
Talk about a lad having your back.
Oh, man. He was some player.
Brilliant.
But I had him there, but I took him out just because he only played a couple of games. And Skinner has gone in there now just because I know what he's capable of. And
you played a bit more Skinner than you did with Rammer. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have
no sight on Rammer.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Craig Humford left back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was very close. Well, not very close, but Luke Ram can't get over how much improvement he's after making and stuff like that. What a player. Love playing with him. You can tell him where you want him to be. He listens. You don't have to tell him twice. Wicked left foot. Fit as a flea. Likes to tackle. Love him. Very close. And like he's just missing out. The Craig. Just over
experience and
playing with him over the years. And like the year we won the Oscars, and I like the way he's always playing on the edge.
Yeah,
you know, the kind of way, and I like it about him.
I love a player like that.
And he's a small lad like myself and that, and good in the air and
strong,
you know, strong out.
That's this day and age. You don't have to be 6'5" to be a centre half.
Yeah, handy if you have one beside you.
Yeah, it is.
It is like.
Yeah.
No, geez, that lad that was with the Irish Amateurs. Did you ever see the height of that lad?
Oh, no.
I don't know his name, but he's about 6'8", I'd say. I don't even know who he plays with.
Chalky?
Is it Chalky? I don't know.
Is he still playing now? Like
he was at the most recent tournament they were at there with the Rockmount lads and Jordan Buckley and stuff like that. But my God, the size of him. Don't know if he's any good, but this man is Outworm Jim like. And then he has the little lad from Cork in beside him, that lad from Rockmount, that centre half. He's a beast as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, just saying, it's handy if I had him beside it.
Come here, did you get amateur trials?
You and Dino, another farcical set up as well. So it's changed back now that if you played League of Ireland that you can.
Oh, has it?
I think so.
Oh. And you didn't because
no, at the time when me and Dickie got called in, it was a one-off game.
And the winners represented.
And the winner represented Ireland. Now on their side you had Limerick, Cork, Dublin, Donegal.
You were set
Mayo,
up like.
And then on our side you might have Offaly, Wicklow, Carlow, Kildare and someone else. You know, now look, it makes sense for the FAI or the organisers to send their strongest team and stuff like that. It was a
set-up, like.
Yeah. But got caught. Myself and Dickie went in to that, and sure, we were bet 4-0 on the day or something like that. If I was to pick two players off our team that could definitely have been on the other squad, maybe not starting Dickie, and there was a centre half from Maynooth there, Alex Kelly, I think his name was, as well.
Dickie's brilliant, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, unreal. Yeah,
struggling a few knocks and things.
Yeah, towards the end of the season there now, but yeah, Asher unreal, unreal.
But Dylan Kightly's unreal as well, man.
Savage. Fierce and looking to be missing out, unreal.
He probably gets into any other team, right full.
I think so, yeah. Do you know, you have Ravo there with Pats. Name someone else that's starting ahead of him on the other teams. Now look, there might be, but I'm just off the top of my head. I think he's brilliant.
Good. Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah. And he's getting a bit cuter as well the more he plays and that. Yeah. Like, he's unfortunate, just like with Ramo, like the season he's after having, like in Dickie, you can't leave Dickie out. Can't.
Sure, Dickie is the fullback in Carlow, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And consistently has been the last.
Yeah.
What is he? He's 23 or 4, I said.
Yeah,
5.
He's on the while now as well. Like
born in 98.
Is that it? Yeah.
He's
so
6 or 7 years consistently the best fullback there.
Yeah.
Left or right doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Goes into a hole, 5 lads comes out with the ball. Like, how did you do that?
He's deadly. Yeah. Whatever way he does it.
Yeah, he's good. Good
going forward and I just can't score. No, saying that the goal he got against Tallow up there
I seen that. Dinger, yeah.
It was a great passage of play. And then I see the ball going across and then I'm looking at Dickie. I said, for fuck's sake, that's the end of that.
It was a great run.
Oh, brilliant. He just did
the
line
goal against Pats in the Shield semi-final last year in Collection. You ran 80 yards.
Yeah.
What went through your mind there?
Don't have a clue.
Never heard
deadly, yeah.
Set piece, cleared, head out wide. Who's leading the no attack?
Dotsy.
Cross in, tap in, bang, 1-0.
Cleary, I cleared it with a header and then it nearly dropped to me as well and I took it on a bit, gave it out to Cleary and Cleary had to beat one lad.
And you just went.
Roasted him and he just put it, there was no one else in front of me. So I said, I might as well stay going.
This is come into your mind, you're talking about goals.
Yeah,
Man, you're for running 80 yards.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Make him know heard me and celebrate, lads. I can't go back up there.
Yeah. I know, that was a good goal, yeah. There's not many you get now. Most of the road scrappy Yorks round the box or that. And
You take that one anyway.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Jeez, that night you were absolutely on it.
It was against Clesham, was it? What
No,
was
it
the
was
score
against
that
us.
night?
You bet us 4-1 or 3-0 or something. Oh, we missed a penalty. 4-0 you bet, I think. Jeez, you were brilliant. The Shield semi-final last year.
Right, yeah. I remember the goal, but I don't remember who we were
That's
playing.
the same thing. You're such a winner. You're like, I'm like,
No, but I even
we
said
got
it the
better,
outside
I remember.
there. I'm brutal, like, honest to God. Like, I'd be asking lads at the end of the game sometimes, what was the score? Like, what did they finish up? Honestly, I'm brutal.
To be honest with you, man, you probably need to get tested, I'd say, or something like that.
Yeah,
Start doing Sudoku and crosswords there, will
do
you?
something, yeah. Losing it.
Go on anyway. Where are we?
In the classroom.
No, they're all right. Where did Craig Comfort left back? Lee Murphy in the 6.
Oh, yeah.
Could play him anywhere. Has to be in it. You'd learn from him. Like, I learned so much from him, like, just by the way he plays over the years. Brian Carberry's left wing. Can't leave him out.
Brilliant,
unreal. I tell you what, if he came up and played with us now, he could start.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I haven't seen him playing with the 35s yet to confirm that, but like the last I saw of him, like, he's unreal. Dino in the 8th or wherever in the middle 3. Lee Murphy, Dino, and James McGrath.
James McGrath, I think James been your best player this year.
Oh man, like, to have the ability to be able to do something with the same quality with your left and right foot. Like, a man can do it. That
He's
man
brilliant,
he's unreal, and you can play him anywhere. I thought against Pats.
I thought he was going to match the cup
He
final.
was absolutely fantastic, and Dickie was playing up until the warm-up.
Yeah.
And James was in the 6. And the reason I
This
have
is
him
the
in
Carlow
there
Cup
is
final.
because of his performances in the 6. But I thought he was brilliant, right full. Like, Lord is a handful.
It was a ding dong.
Yeah,
it was a
unreal.
proper ding dong.
Lord had his fair share of it as well. But
it's a strange one because I say both of them had great games, right?
Yeah.
But if I had man in a match, I would have given it to James.
Who got that man in the match?
Lee Walker.
Yeah,
Well, he was brilliant. I'm not taking away from what Lee done, but I was like,
Oh, you started James McGrath right full.
yeah,
Right full, yeah, and
The snuff out, Lord.
no, Dickie was
got
Hurt in the warm-up.
he was carrying a knock, and he didn't even do the warm up. He straight away, once he tried to do something, he was gone. So James filtered across right full, and 6 was I can't tell you.
Jordan Dean and Davies in the 9. Jordan
Cleary.
Dean and Cleary.
Cleary, that's right.
I
Yeah,
think Cleary's
and now,
fantastic as well.
like, boys won't fall out with me because they just can't. Do you know what I mean? But like, Cleary is, like, talent wise, he is unreal.
I tell you why I like Cleary.
Yeah.
And Jordan kind of falls in the same bracket as well. It's the unknown.
Yeah.
Keane gets the ball, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, what?
he could do anything with this.
Yeah.
But Jordan's takers are fucking sick, man.
Jordan is unreal as well. Another lad that
My
like
God.
I found
But
very hard to
2007
leave
call,
out.
the one Takers back.
Takers,
And
yeah.
that's
No
what
one
they are,
uses
though.
Takers anymore.
What are you able to do?
Tiki-taka, yeah.
Well, I'm not. I'm
No,
born
you'd see him
70s, man.
there
Relax
kicking
there.
around the ball before training and stuff like that.
Wicked.
He'd
Sure,
say
man,
to
his
the boys,
goal,
kick that up in the air
his
there.
goal against Dolman last year up in the,
Oh, yeah. What a goal.
from the kick out.
Yeah.
It was
set.
halfway line, was
The
it?
set and the volley. Just
Technique-wise, Jordan is
Unreal.
fuck
unreal.
right off.
But James has to be. I'm putting James in it just because you can play him anywhere, and he has the right and left, and I like the way he plays as well. He plays on the edge, kind of like similar to Craig Comfort. Plays on the edge, like he got
Good
an
player.
early-ish yellow card against Pats there now, and he was up against Lord, and there was
3-year back 4 on yellows at half time.
Was Luke get one? Did I get one?
Yeah.
Did I?
Skinner, yourself, and
You didn't get yellow, did I?
Did you?
For what?
I'm trying to think.
Sure, I got a yellow.
Yeah, on my life, yeah.
Right. That just goes to show. I actually may get that check. I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Now,
He's brilliant.
this is probably the one I found hardest.
Right side.
Right side. And I was trying to go back over teams over
Troy
here.
Lee Walker, no?
So, yeah, like, I have both of them written down. And I tell you why, I know I can't put both of them in it, but I'm just going to explain why, and then we'll move on to the striker. Because consistency, work rate, and a lad that you want with you, like, that you can't fault, Ray Byrne. I just love him. Love him. Like, the man drinks like a fish. Like, he's a devil. I don't think he minds himself. But, like, the engine that lad has and what he gives you.
Yeah.
Like, he does, like, the noises that comes out of that lad when he's playing soccer. Did you ever hear him? Like, anytime he gets the ball, he's running like he's broke up. But,
Imagine
like,
he minds
does not
himself.
stop.
Yeah.
He does not stop. He's unreal. Like, and like sometimes you'd look at him and you'd say, how's this lad on the pitch? Because like he'd have a simple touch to make or something like that. And it hit off his shin.
Like this.
The ball could hit his shin and go for a throw or something like that. A simple thing to do.
Yeah.
But like, he'd sacrifice that all day, technique and stuff like that for what he gives you on the pitch. I love playing him. He's as honest as the day is long.
There was one game, I think it was last year, against Critty Yard. Could have been early in Critty Yard, against Critty Yard last year. In Oak, he played. It stands out in my mind. He was absolutely unbelievable. Right. Just man, he marked 2 lads.
Yeah.
They're playing 3 at the back, so he was doing the right side centre half.
I think I remember the game, yeah, and it was coming towards the end and we were under pressure.
And he was pressing the wing back and the right side centre half.
He was making a tackle, clearing it, and then he was the first player.
It was nuts.
He's the best man ever to trigger a press.
Yeah. But you know how he gives us as well is if a team is pressing us or something like that, like, you're just looking for Rye. Put it on the fullback's head and let Rye battle.
Yeah.
You know, because the majority of the time, the possession is coming back to you, whether it's knocked back to us out for a throw or Rye is winning it. Yeah. You know, you're up the field. He always gives you that.
He gets his goals too.
Yeah, you know, he does. Yeah. Could get a lot more.
Yeah.
Could get a lot more, but yeah, he does have him. And then in the same position, 12-a-side, is it?
Yeah, we'll give it 12
Fester. Just because...
so this is still in the right-hand side?
Still in the right-hand side. Ryan Fester, I just couldn't decide between both because Fester plays the guy, he misses games every year and stuff like that, you know, family commitments, work commitments and stuff like that, but
when he comes in, it's an impact.
He's a big game player. You know, you want him there for the big games. Like, he just offers you something. He thrives in them, like, you know.
He's
so I find him
fucking animal as well, man.
Find it so hard to leave him out, like.
Yeah, great goal scorer. He has everything, doesn't he?
The ground too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I thought in the Leinster final, I thought he'd be a difference in the Leinster final, and I was so disappointed. Not in him, for him.
Yeah.
So I just said to him, you know what? He is a quite a lot better than that.
You look, you could pick out nearly all 11 and say he was
battle with him and Rav and
deadly.
The cup final was fucking unbelievable, man.
Rav would turn you anywhere, wouldn't he?
Unreal.
Jesus Christ, in the box and all, and trying Christ turns. And I was standing beside Callum at one stage like that, and
him playing the chess at the awards. Was he playing chess?
Yeah, he plays the tin whistle, plays chess.
He's a nice lad, isn't he? Yeah,
gentleman.
Yeah. He is a nice lad, though, I have to say.
lad.
But he tried some sort of Christ turn or something in the box at one stage when Fester was pressing him. No, he got away with it, but your man Callum was fine. He said, for fuck's sake. You know, when this is happening, like, you know.
He's good with that, but anyway, I'm not trying to deflect back, but Lee Walker, I think, is outstanding.
I can't pick between the both.
Who's your 9 then?
For one reason, no, not one reason, no, sorry, I'm after hearing the name mentioned so many times, and I'd say he's in a lot of people's. But the main reason he's in mine is he won us the Oscar Traynor trophy that year, not in the game against Kilkenny. We won that game against Wexford, the college, Lee Salter. You know, what he did in that game and what he done in other games and stuff like that. But the standout, why he's going in my best 11 is because of that. Deservedly so.
He played with Newark as well, right?
He did play with Newark, and actually the year he came to play with Newark was the year I destroyed the knee, so I actually never played one game with him.
Did you not?
No, not one game, no. Unfortunately. I actually, when I was starting to come back, I knew he was going to Critty Yard, I'd heard, and I asked him, I just said, look, would you not stay? I'd love to play with you. You know, stay for another season and then see what happens. But he went anyway. But
great player.
Oh, yeah. Deadly.
And you know what? Come back from injury, he came back from the winning play this year, scored the winner against G right in Critty Yard, and I think no one would have said he was coming back. Like, I think he's had a great season.
Myself, yeah. For just
proper finisher, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Brilliant proper player, yeah.
Like if he got a couple of steps back, he'd be saying, "Get him with the Oscars there." Do you know he's
him and Delaney just have an edge. It's just
I'd say if the two boys were to be
man.
As fit as not even as fit as they'd like to be, but fitter.
They got unlucky with injuries. Graham has having a lot of injuries. But he was.
And they're bags men, like they just. You know,
he's
like Graham played with us there as well,
and
for the season and before he got injured and that, like, but like the likes of Cody, Salter, Graham, like there's not many of them. They just find that net.
They're just different. They get battered off.
Yeah.
They get battered as well.
Yeah, you know, just to have that ability to find the net and just take a half chance.
Yeah,
put it through a defender's leg or just around the side or get a touch.
Good striker scores half chance.
It's a goal that's from no backlifts. It's just how did he score that, man?
Yeah. Like, Graham was quite tough to play against. Quite tough over the years. Like,
every centre half says that.
Yeah,
but he's
quite tough.
He's the greatest teammates you could have on a field in regards of every time we had a corner, he was the first one going back the other way if he lost the header.
Yeah.
Because he had that pace, but he was, Jesus Christ.
But if you were beating a team 7-0, it's still the same Graham when it was 0.
Oh, yeah.
Just his fucking
brilliant there,
brilliant.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good lad.
You've had him from Pop.
Dotsy, where do I go with Dotsy? A gentleman on and off the field is what everybody regards as top player. So much respect for you. Like I said, your best players are always the ones, you, Craig, Cottle, all them lads who don't need an Ironman to be a captain. You have leadership qualities are fantastic. What you win, you deserve. You got your Carlow Sports Star Award. You were Blackjack got it as well. Same kind of player, same kind of leader. Don't have to say a whole lot. Just, you know he's there. He has your back. He's a proper club man. Utmost respect for you. And I'll see you for the Oscar Traynors this year, bud.
So
thanks for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. It was about time, I suppose. One of the most decorated centre-halves. What time to get you on?
It was hard to go from your walk, lad.
I was delighted when they...
Yeah,
we like to get the call to come in there and have an old
Gav, Dina,
Lee.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Dotsy,
yeah. Skinner's next. No,
I was already coming down there now. I was only thinking back over the... I said, if you were in podcasts, that'd been quite interesting, like, you know what I mean? Like, going in there and having a chat. Your man there, you're that postman, like, that's my standout one.
Unbelievable.
Everybody,
lads, loved it.
Outrageous.
Well, I tell you a good one, and I didn't know whether to say it or not. How many episodes is there?
This is the 65th.
The 65th, so I've listened to 64.
No, you
Start
haven't.
to finish. The only one I didn't listen to is after the league win happened, and I won't.
Oh, go away. You had to buy stuff from Pats.
I swear to God, it's nothing against anyone. I get
that though.
Yeah, do you get it?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That,
whatever it is about it, I just couldn't. Wednesday going to work, I stick in the earphones and put on the Hosey podcast and listen to half of it on the way over and half of it on the way back. And like, was the match that Saturday or something like that? And came to Wednesday, I just I can't do that.
But sure, I want watch back. I won't watch the Carlow Cup final.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Gassing that.
But that's not.
I can't even tell you why you just couldn't.
That's not bad sportsmanship, like that.
No,
that's just
whatever.
I'd be the first to congratulate
it's
whoever.
not for me.
Do you know? I'd be the first to reach out my hand and congratulate lads. But do you know what it is, Dotsy? I like that in a lad as well. I like that because see, if you want to be the really best and have all the trophies, you need a little fucking sprinkle of bitterness, don't you?
Yeah.
You do. Anyway, look, yeah.
Lads, that's it for this week. As I said. You're away in Spain, are you?
Christopher Columbus.
I'm away. I'm on the Celebrity Solstice. Currently cruising Alaska. Anyway, sorry for bragging.
I thought you were messing outside saying about Alaska.
No, I'm cruising, man, yeah.
The normal folk go to Spain, that kind of crack.
Alaska.
I went to Spain in March.
That's a winter
holiday.
Do
you hear fucking Masters where he is? Dotsy, thanks a million. Brilliant. Love it. Great to have you on, and thanks for coming on. Ampifi, thanks so much to the team, Paddy and James. Thanks for support and feedback. Lads, what I have to say, if you do enjoy the content, the guests, the subjects, I know we're kind of, what's the word, eclectic. We have a different kind of mix of fucking episodes and guests, and it's local and it's national and all that crack. But look, what we need is for you to hit like buttons, follow us, share us, all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Bebo, MySpace, Instagram.
Bebo, Papa love that. Give him the love.
Yeah, give us the love. We're big on TikTok in Japan. I'm only joking. But no, look, get us out there because the more likes we get, the better content we can bring. It's a weird world that I've no interest in, but Ampifi have serious interest in it. So please get out there and start liking our social media and follow us, hit the like button, all that crack. And as always, that's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
Carlow Soccer's podcast, your podcast. That's 65 in the bag. Good luck and God bless.
Brilliant.
Some ways.
That's full time on this week's episode of the Howsey Podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Ampifi, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Ampifi Podcast Studio. Ampifi, power up your podcast.